Okay, today is part two in a series entitled I Should, and I'm elaborating on something I wrote about last week in my blog. You can find it at tommymom.wordpress.com. Backstory is this. Last Friday was pretty hard. Our poor, almost 4-year-old had severe dental issues, and we have new insurance, and I spent several days on the phone trying to understand our new insurance and find appointments, and you've been there, I'm sure. Um, and it all culminated in a very quick last minute trip to a pediatric dentist with all the kids an hour away in the middle of nap time to watch my poor son in pain get a write-up of the work he'll need done with a big price tag and trying to understand it all. And it was just hard. Everything about it was very stressful for me. I had a headache. It was hard to think straight. I found myself asking the dentist, just what would you do? I just couldn't even think. And then we start driving home. Everyone's hungry. We stop at a Chipotle because we had these coupons and we're in line, which if you've been to Chipotle, it's stressful enough ordering for yourself without having 5 hungry, opinionated kids in line with you. And there were these construction workers behind me, and they were stereotypical, tall, really burly, dirty guys. And I noticed them, and as we were checking out, one of them tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Excuse me, miss, what you're doing is really hard. That's hard work. I think we'll go back to our construction site." And it was one of the more validating mom moments of my 9-year career as a mom, that it came from these big burly guys was just like, yes, this is hard. And it took them saying it to remind me that this is really difficult, which leads me to the second point in our series called I Should. And it's this expectation that I should be able to do everything and know everything and be everything to everyone all the time. Because after all, I'm God, right? That's essentially what I'm saying. I should be God. And the second thing that I'm saying is life should not be hard or require effort. And then when it is hard, it shouldn't faze me. Again, I should be God. And so how this has played out for me is I can, when life is hard, when a day is hard, I can be hard on myself instead of offering myself some grace. I'm not a dentist. I don't know how this works. I'm learning too. I have 5 little mouths to clean, and I'm learning a lot. Or getting kids in the van and driving an hour, it's just hard. And so it's to be expected that I feel tired or my nerves feel frazzled. And instead of heaping mom guilt on top of it, I'm learning to release that grip on I should be able to do all of this all the time, and life should be easy, and nothing should faze me, and releasing it to what's reality? What are the real limits? What are my real emotional and physical and spiritual limits? What does this say about my maturity or areas where I can grow? I mean, there's so many ways that a hard experience can reveal things about myself. But if I'm so busy clinging to this should of I should be like God and this shouldn't be hard, then I will miss those opportunities to grow. And someone recently just shared this simple phrase of wisdom being the concept of being willing to learn. I mean, that's really all it is being willing to learn and change and put in the hard work to course correct and reorient to God's way of doing things. And the reality about God and us being a creature and not God is that we have creaturely limitations. And I do not like that phrase. I want to be limitless. I want all the money, all the time, all the energy, every open door. I don't want suffering. I don't want life to be hard. I don't want parenting to be hard. I don't want a budget. I don't want the limit of calories. I don't want to need sleep. I should be able to do what I want and get away with it. And a day at the dentist with the kids shouldn't fatigue me to the point where I need to take the rest of the day to rest. But the reality for me is that is the case. And there are lessons for me to be learned. And there are ways that I can see God care for me and my family and provide in the midst of something that's really hard. So I hope this short video kind of gets you thinking about what your personal shoulds are when you're in situations. What is it that you feel like you have a white knuckle grip on, that it's got to be this way? Life has got to be this way. I've got to be this way. And when I'm not, I'm mad, or I'm discouraged to the point of hopelessness, or I start getting irrational and lashing out at people. True story. Those become your warning sign that you are not oriented to God's way of doing things, because He is a good dad who trains us, and training is hard. And so it is to be expected if we want to grow and mature and strengthen. So anyways, I hope this is encouraging, and I am now going to go to bed because I'm tired. Talk to you next week. Thanks for listening.